What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nick here from MMA Pixels with Joshua Scott. How are you doing today, Joshua?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing great. I know you have a big matchup coming up April 14th for CFC at a High Country Sports Arena in Sonora. But before we
Yes,
get
sir.
into that matchup coming up, I know you just recently competed in Grappling X tournament.
Yes, sir. That was this past Saturday out in Elk Grove.
How did that go for you?
All right. First match didn't go as planned, and ended up taking third for the day, which wasn't too bad.
Well, that's cool. I
Just
saw you
happy to
got
get
a
out. Uh,
I saw you got a pretty big medal for that,
yeah, it wasn't bad. Just glad to get out there and compete again.
and that's with the gi.
Yeah.
You
This
have
would be.
another tournament coming up this weekend.
Yeah. This weekend they're doing jiu-jitsu by the bay. It'll be at I think it's Alameda High School, and it's going to be a gi and no gi tournament. So should be able to get a few matches in for the day.
How many people are competing? Like the Grappling X tournament, how many people were there?
My bracket, there was about six of us, so I had three matches for the day. And then the one coming up in Alameda, so far there's only four in the gi and then three others in the no gi. So I should be able to have at least 6, 7 matches for the day, which would be
Oh.
nice.
There's a time limit on the matches?
Yeah, each match is just 5 minutes for right now.
What division do you compete in?
Just white belt, and then usually I do about like weight class around like 180.
How long have you been competing in jiu-jitsu?
My first match or our first tournament actually was last May, and it was also a grappling next out in Elk Grove. And then I did a couple more last year, but this year I really wanted to compete a lot more. So the last couple months I've done, I think this would be my fourth or fifth tournament coming up this year. I'm just really trying to stay active and get in that competition mode.
You have a fight coming up. You had a fight scheduled before this, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to fight for, I believe it was West Coast events out in San Jose, but the opponent pulled out the day before, which was kind of a letdown. You know, I was kind of disappointed in that, but we just stay ready. And then April 14th, I was supposed to fight for CFC out in Sonora, so getting ready for that one right now.
You had your last fight in 2014. Why the long
Yeah.
layoff?
Well, the first two fights I had didn't go as planned, and it just took me a little bit to kind of mentally get over them a little, because I feel like I wasn't with the proper school for what I needed. I mean, they were great gyms and great trainers and everything. It's just, it wasn't fit for me. So it took me a while to really come around and try and get back into it. And I had a friend that was going to the Diaz Academy, so I went in there and tried out some classes, and I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed like the chemistry the whole team had. So I just stayed consistent with that and started competing in jiu-jitsu tournaments and started to really enjoy the feeling of competing. So I talked to the coaches and asked if I'd be able to fight for them, and they said it would be no problem. And since then I just stayed consistent and really pushed in the gym. And this time around I just have a whole different feeling about the fight. You know, I'm more positive about it, and everything just feels like it fell into place when I got with the Nick Diaz Academy.
Sounds like everything is going great for you. You just eager to get out there and compete. Not looking too far ahead, but April 14th, you have a matchup. If everything goes well, when would you like to have another fight?
Honestly, as soon as possible. I know I'm a little bit older for the amateur fights and all that, so I'm looking to get through those. At least have 3 more amateur fights this summer, and then hopefully go pro before the end of summer, just so I can get in there and do what I can as long as I am. And then I'm willing to fight whenever, as long as everything goes to plan and I don't get too many serious injuries. I'd like to line them up back to back and just keep going.
Do you feel almost like a new fighter after training at Nick Diaz Academy?
Definitely. I mean, the structure there and like the way they do their classes and what they expect out of people that fight for them and compete for them is just a whole nother level. And it's really something, it takes a lot of sacrifice and hard work, but you really start to appreciate all the time the coaches and your fellow teammates put in, not just to help themselves out, but also to help you out. Because, people pull you aside and ask you to do some rounds here and there, like just show you different techniques for things on their own time, and it's really amazing how everyone just works together and tries to better everything.
You want to shout out some of your trainers and training partners?
Yeah, we actually had a couple guys go out to Pan Am's. One of the head coaches I spent a lot of time with is Lucas. He went out there and did really well. And then another coach / teammate I work with a lot is Rudy, who actually hooked me up with you guys for the interview. And then the head coach, Randy Spence, puts in a lot of work and, you know, gives a lot of great advice for all the fighters and competitors out there in the tournaments.
Right. Those are some great fighting minds there.
But yeah, it's awesome to have them all come together and, you know, give you the knowledge that they've been through. And they've been through a lot, seen a lot in the game, so it's awesome to have that in your corner. You know, it really builds a confidence for upcoming tournaments and fights.
Right, the experience, and then also the team aspect. I mean, you have a trainer that's doing the same thing, so he's definitely been there before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and all the head trainers have fought, and they've been in the cage themselves, so it's not like it's coming out of nowhere. They know what they're talking about. They've been through everything and all the camps and the sacrifices and everything that had to go into it. So they really know what they're talking about.
Where can the fans connect with you on social media?
Usually I'm not really too much on Facebook, but on Instagram you can follow me at Joshua Scott, or no, not Joshua, sorry about that, Joshua Anthony 209, and then mostly that's the only one I'm on. So
can I ask why it's Joshua Anthony?
Well, Anthony's my middle name, and then I just kind of like the way it sounds. So yeah.
Right on. All right, man. I appreciate your time. Joshua Scott, April 14th, CFC High Country Sports Arena, Sonora, California. It's going down.
Yes, sir. Be there.
Thanks for watching. Your support helps the channel grow. Please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, drop a comment below, and I'll get back to you.